So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. It's time for the hump day grid today, and we're doing it again because it just feels like a wonderful happy new year kind of a thing. And so I thought we'd do kind of maybe a spicy tuna salad with an egg salad. So just kind of had a lot of protein going, and I did a lot of pepper with it today, so I wanted something that would go with that bold spice, and I went with the Folmer. You know, what's really beautiful about this wine, it's you know, it is a balanced, complex wine. It is high in acid. It's got a light body, but you know, honestly, if you on the nose, it's honey, it's green apples, it's like a apricot, maybe some like just plain, straight up lemon peel, and a little bit of gas. Just a slight bubble to it. It's just fabulous. And I tell you what, and it goes so beautifully with those church bells out there. So, which is one of the most beautiful things about living in Germany. You always have the bells, right? You know, when you live in the old town like I do in the Altstadt, in the old shopping, Fußgänger zone, the pedestrian walking zone, you're guaranteed to have them nearby. But what a fabulous, fabulous Riesling. I mean, it is among one of my favorites. And I first discovered this on a flight, either from DFW to Frankfurt or vice versa, but it was on some airplane where they served this. And I must have been flying Lufthansa, or they had a deal with American. I'm not quite sure, but it's not a bad wine at all. I mean, it is really good. Okay. So we have our hump day grid for January the 1st, 2025. Can you believe that already? I mean, it's just amazing. Seems like just last February, I was listening to Jimmy Kimmel talking about how, can you believe it's already February? So it's crazy, right? But we have a Seth Bisen-Hersh and a Jeff Chen co-construction, and this makes me so happy to say this, edited by Will Shorts, which is just amazing. So again, welcome back, Mr. Shorts. So glad you're back at your post. But I'd really like to say something very kind about Joel Fagliano. Fantastic job, right? Taking care of business while Will was a little under the weather. So here we go. All right. So let's jump into our grid here. So we've got, okay, trying to get that thing open. All right, good. So we're starting off right out the bat with rapscallion. 5 letters always makes me think of a rogue or a scamp or something along those lines. Worked for the CIA, perhaps, or maybe spied. And now, if this is the kind of day I'm going to have here, exclamation from Homer. How about a doe? All right, playground retort. Well, that S now tells me this could be a scamp. We can do a quick check, set down on paper. Oh, okay. A lot could fit in here. Yeah, we're going to have to wait. A lot could fit in that. Micronesian island, that was the setting for a season of Survivor. I wouldn't have a clue, but Micronesian tells me this is probably Palau. And I need to get my fingers and toes together today here. This is getting pretty old. Now, cove could be an inlet. And so I guess can sow is the playground retort, and slangy suffix with mostest. I like it. So super trendy could be all the rage, and tool for a pineapple. How about a corer? Go back. There we go, Christopher. I don't know what's wrong with you today. In a prim and proper way. Oh, is this a C? You can count on them. This is an A, what you might call a tipsy friend. I think they're asking for a cab here, but would you call your friend a cab if they were tipsy? Or maybe for, what you might call for a tipsy friend. Maybe it's a double entendre. Maybe our friend is tipsy on Cabernet Sauvignon. I don't know. So you can count on them, yeah. So I think this is abakai. And last words, clever. Clever. I like that obit. Chauvinist or racist, got it. Bigot for sure. And I do think this is actually decorously, so beautifully put. You know, with constructors like Hersh and Chen, it's kind of hard not to have a fabulously clever grid. They are among the finest. So actress Hatcher, maybe Terry, and singer on Give Peace a Chance. You ever notice that, you know, Yoko's last name always gets in there, but never Yoko. I mean, I hardly ever see Yoko. Set down on paper, so put in writing. I mean, it could have been put into words, right? You know, I mean, you know, so I think we got put in writing here. As my brain looks at these things, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, oh, God, more can go in there, though. And then I have to, like, stop, you know, for a second. Sheds with off, maybe sloughs off. Yikes. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know. Cousin of a croc. How about a gator? And therefore, maybe God. Maybe God made an appearance in today's grid. Like the breeds, Shetland and Merino. And I guess we're talking about sheep here, so I guess that would be ovine. And word processing command is to save. Now we can go check our corner here. Take a turn with the object illustrated by the central black squares in this puzzle, leading to one of the 4 circled results. Okay. I guess spin, because it looks like a dreidel to me. Dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. When it's dry and ready, oh dreidel, I will play. Worshipping Rose or worshipping Rouse? I can't think of any Rouse that would work unless we had a 5-letter for sects. So I think we're going to go with pews on this one for the Rose. Oscar-winning Jared Leto. And that is great that he's already an Oscar winner. But it'll have to do. Symbols of wisdom, of course. Like a Yenta, of course. Oh man, you know, either nosy or gossipy. Which one do you want to pick? Props for close-up magicians or close-up magicians. I don't know. A tic-tac-toe. Policy nerd could be a wonk. And I guess they're looking for decks here. Puts to sleep, say maybe bores. I mean, I don't get the decks necessarily close-up musicians. I mean, I don't know much about magic, I guess. We got it together, I think. Everything else kind of fits, so we'll see. Golden Girls actress B. Arthur. And stylish tote for an executive. I don't know. Très bien. Very, very good. Singer Guthrie. Alice's Restaurant. I loved that song when I was a kid. Alice's Restaurant. It was so long, but I loved when it came on, usually like Christmas or something. And it was always just a thing to sit and listen to that 25-minute song because it was funny and it was, I don't know, it was all the stuff you wanted in a song. And it was already 20 years old by the time I was listening to it, but I loved it. So now we're talking about our gelt, for which we play dreidel. Arrogant sort could be a snot. Talk like this, maybe yell. The Emerald Isle. And I guess this may be a work bag. And I guess I don't know the distinguishing feature of a work bag versus just an attaché of some sort, right? So, in the dark, about something nefarious. So, kind of game that's a pitcher's dream, and I guess this would be no hit. Past, present, or future could be tense. Look at me, I'm Sandra D. Very nice. Hopping mad, be irate. And NBA 1-pointers, abbreviation because we feats. And then we've got place to see JFK, airport near the intersection of I-90 and I-294. I guess that would be O'Hare. Well, looky there. Oh ho. Christopher Nolan. Hey, Mr. Nolan. I love your name. It's a beautiful name. So in the dark about something nefarious could be none the wiser. And Patrick Stewart and Elton John. So we're talking about Sir Patrick and Sir Elton. Sir, there must be some sirs. Symbols of wisdom. 90s sitcom featuring a bookstore. Is that Ellen? Didn't watch anything like that back then. 1231 could be NYE or in the past, ago. I'm going to go with Ellen, but I don't even know how I know that, to be honest with you. Symbols of wisdom. I never watched sitcoms. I mean, the last show that I watched until maybe I got finished with my 5th combat deployment. So that would have been 2011. After that, yeah, you know, HBO, all that stuff, they had everything from True Blood, you name it, you know, Dexter. I watched these things, you know, kind of on demand. But in the 90s, when I was in college and then when I got out and started working, I didn't watch anything. I mean, I watched CNN, or that was about it. I mean, I watched the news when I had time. We would go to Blockbuster and buy a movie or something, you know, but I never watched shows. I guess the Caesar's boast is I came. I saw, I kicked, whatever. So places CJFK is $50. And Willy Wonka is in here today. And As I Am and Girl on Fire's Alicia Keys. So this is coming along nicely. This is a great little grid. But no, I mean, I'm telling you, the last show I watched with any regularity that wasn't a rerun that came on at night late that I just enjoyed watching because like MASH, right? Stuff like that. Maybe Cheers. The last show I watched that was current and I would actually wait until the day that it rolled out every week was, I think, Northern Exposure or Twin Peaks. I can't remember which one was canceled first, but I loved them both. I liked 30-something, you know, kind of helped me to determine I was going to go into advertising. But no, I didn't know, whatever. Chinese greeting could be ni hao. Multi-sport race. In short, I have done my fair share of triathlons. I'm here to tell you, and a work of art that isn't based on feeling is an art at all. Ape or monkey, thinking simian. Okay, tell me. Okay, I'll bite. Let's look at another one that could have been kind of, you know, like... I give up, I think would fit in there, right? You know, like, okay, I give up, tell me, you know, kind of a thing. So interesting. We got ourselves a lay here. Dickens, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Hero of the Matrix. I've never seen it either. I just know through crosswords that is Neo, right? And of course, lots and lots and lots of media, you know, references and stuff, right? Jokes, you've seen it. So a cider unit, I'm assuming they're going for a gallon. I would not know that either. Just getting lucky left and right here with the intersection. So on the lamb, but ahi tuna and certain tank full, I guess, of gas. Oh, look, Starbucks higher up, Captain Ahab. I like that. Call me Ishmael. So, rating for junk bonds. I think those are triple C, but I'm not sure. Part of UCLA if it is. I guess it could be Cal. And then we've got deposit as an egg, could be to lay. Coral Island could be K. In the style of Allah. And material used to, I made it out of clay. Easy enough. I don't know. How do we do, Bob? Okay, fantastic. This will work. I mean... This is not a little bad. I mean, we don't count time anyway here. It's not our thing. We don't do time. But, I mean, this is just a good little puzzle. I you know, the thing about it, had a lot of kind of Hanukkah references, and it's still daylight right now. It's, well, it's 4:30. It ain't going to be daylight much longer. As a matter of fact, I'll be lighting the menorah for the Guardian grid, which I'll be solving next, and then I'll be doing the edits and getting these all up. But it's just been a real pleasure here today. This was a fabulous grid from Seth Bisen-Hersh and Jeff Chen. Well done. Very well done. This is a really nice Wednesday puzzle. It wasn't as hard as a lot of Wednesdays we've had in the recent past, but it was a very clever one, right? You know, kind of just sail right through it. Not a lot to think about, But there were a few clues that they weren't what you thought they would be at the first jump. Like, no, just wait just a second, because put in writing could be put into words. I mean, there's so many things that could have fit there. And there was a few spots like that, right? So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and out with the old, in with the new. And so with that, I just want to say thank you all so much for very much. I mean, just very, very much for liking and subscribing and for leaving comments. I really do appreciate that very much. My name is Christopher, and I am delighted to have you here. So join the community, become a member. It doesn't cost you a dime. Just hop on in, be part of it, and send me a note. Let me know what you're thinking about. Tell me what was hard for you and what was easy. These are important things I just want to know. And so until I see you again tomorrow for the Thursday grid, and may there be rebuy or rebuses. I just don't know why it's not rebuy. May it be full of rebuses. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, Ciao, Cin-Cin. And yeah, just be good to yourselves. Be great to your friends and your neighbors, but be especially kind to that person behind you in line. Be well. Take care.